Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. With me, as always, on the Black Council Magic Arena Roundtable podcast is Numbskull.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
There he is. Look at him over there. And of course, with Numbskull, as always, is his cat Snickers, and with me, as always, is my cat Mackie.
Yes.
That is important to know that we are both cat owners.
You can't play Magic and not have a cat.
No, I mean, do you know a modern depiction of a wizard or witch that doesn't have a cat, hanging around? It has to be done. So
it's essential.
Fighters are dog people, rangers are dog people, wizards, spellcasters, they're cat people. So let's just be honest about that. So as always, we have us here, we have them here, the cats here, and welcome to the third episode, which I can't even believe we've done 3, which is crazy, of the roundtable.
4.
I know we did an intro.
Yeah.
We did an intro one just to announce the thing. I guess it's episode 0, so this is the 4th time we've been meeting, but the third quote unquote official podcast. Of course, thank you to the support from our patrons over on Patreon. You can find the link in the description and in the comments. If you want to become a patron, $1 an episode, $1 a month, whatever you want to give, we'd appreciate it. It helps support our channels, both of our channels, Numbskull over on Twitch, me over on Twitch, and me here on YouTube. We're trying to take over. We're trying to change the meta to what we want. You know what I mean? So we need the resources to do that.
And thank you to our current patrons on Patreon: Savrit, Clever Sound, The Blood Chief, and Paradopo.
Oh,
you guys are great. Couldn't do this without you. And like Jay said, you can subscribe to Patreon for as low as $1 a month. It doesn't even have to be per episode. You can just give us $1 a month. We'll shout you out every episode. We take, you can message us directly. We'll be setting up the Discord here shortly. You know what I mean? All that stuff. And you can, you can, just message or even just comment on the releases on Patreon. Tell us what you want to see as well. We have patron feedback there also.
Yeah, you can, and we're going to be more directed from the patrons as we grow. I think our goal is to get, what do we say? Our goal, if we get 10, we're going to set up the exclusive Discord or the patrons only Discord, and that'll
sounds
be
right, yeah.
the official Black Council Patreon, and there we'll be discussing future episodes. We might even, live stream the episodes or whatever. We might do fun stuff. If we get to a nice round number like that, also I think we're going to do an invite only tournament as well. So there's a couple of things we want to do as we grow. But either way, we'd love you to leave a comment to hear what what you think about this. We want a lot of discourse, guys. We want to hear from the Magic community. And again, a call out: if you are a Magic the Gathering creator, streamer, YouTuber, whatever, and you want to make an appearance, we'd love to have you on as a guest. Just email us, the Black Council Podcast, leave a comment, whatever you want. Hit us up on the stream. We're always available. We're trying to open this up to the whole community. We're really trying to grow this one out to, bring everybody in. So that's kind of our goal right there. And tell us what you think. And speaking of which, we got the idea, the main goal of this podcast, because we kind of were looking for a theme post-rotation of like kind of what we could do. And we had a great suggestion in the comments. Who was it who left a suggestion? It's in my comments, and I didn't even pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah. I was gonna go to it. I forget exactly who it was.
I'm pulling it up right now using the power of the internet. So basically, we got to shout him out. I'm going to superimpose the comment on the screen. I'm going to screenshot it, and in post-production, when post-production Jay, who has to solve the problems of pre-production Day, didn't think of, when he figures out who it was, they basically said, what you should do when you do your big pack opening for the new rotation, the new set, the first mythic, you guys are going to get your mythic rare pack. The first mythic rare pack that you open, whatever mythic rare you get out of there, if it's specifically a creature, or I think whatever card, period.
Whatever mythic you get.
Whatever mythic you get out of that first pack you open for the new set, you guys should challenge each other to build a deck around that. Okay? That was my internet is going so slow right now. I'm probably because I'm using Discord. We're using Discord to use this thing. So, okay, let me go to the Black Council podcast. So that was basically his challenge. And we said, you know what? Even though this gentleman here is not a patron, even though he could be for $1 a month, we like that idea so much, we're going to take that suggestion. And we might take any suggestions. If you throw a crazy enough suggestion out there in the comments, we might go
Here
for
it
it.
is.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. From Comeback Scumbag.
Comeback Scum. You know what? It is from fucking Comeback Scumbag. Who I like to call.
I remember like that was. I remember thinking that was a funny name.
Yeah, I like to call him Scumbag Cumbag. That's what I prefer to call him.
Okay.
Either one. I think he'll answer to either one. So big shout out to Comeback Scumbag.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
That was a good idea.
I made a new deck, so there we go.
Yeah. Numbskull did it. Yeah, and he replied to that. He brought that actually to me. He saw it. So he goes through the replies as well, guys. He's a moderator on my channel, so he goes through the replies. He has his moderator capabilities on my channel. So if you want to talk to him directly too, you can. First mythic rare you get for new set has to build a deck around to that, play it versus your lovely co-host. He has to build a set same deck. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put it up on the screen too. So that's what we did. And Mr. Numbskull was lucky enough to get what card?
I got Weatherlight.
Weatherlight completed. So, which was a card, if you remember, was one of his top 5 most looked after cards. If you're a longtime Black Council podcast viewer, you remember from episode 1 where we were doing Dominaria previews, that was like his number 2 most wanted card was Weatherlight completed. And I got stupid demon plant who betrays you. What's his name? God, I can't even remember his name.
Stupid demon plant.
Yeah, he's a plant. He's a demon elemental. His name is. Yeah. Let me pull it up here.
I actually forget his name.
I know he's very forgettable. I got Solkanar the Tainted. He's an elemental demon. And he has 4 options you have to pick from, and on the last option, he exiles and then goes under your opponent's control. So that's great. That's what I opened up first thing. You can actually look at my pack opening. I opened up 100 packs on stream and live, and I made a video out of it too. That's actually on my channel, and you can, if you want a live reaction of my horrid disappointment, you can go watch that video. I was hoping it would be Shale Dread and I could do a sweet, beautiful, big Goth Mommy Phyrexian build against Numbskull. Unfortunately, that did not turn out the way I wanted it to. So I have Solkanar the Tainted that I had to build a deck around, and I did. And it's a very good deck. I actually really do like it that I built it around him, and it would be an even better deck if he wasn't in it. So probably going forward, once the challenge is over, he just kind of happens to be there. But if he wasn't there, I think it would be a lot better. So we'll see about that. We're going to show off our decks that we built around our specific first pulls and play each other. We're going to play a game. We're going to end up with some gameplay, so you want to stay tuned for that. That's going to be later in the game. But first, we wanted to get kind of a standard rundown. I wanted to kind of ask Numbskull how he feels about the meta, what's going on, standard, even alchemy. I know you jump into alchemy still occasionally. How you feel about your new set, man? I want to. Let's touch base, man. Let's. What's happening? What's going on? How do you feel?
Yeah. So what we have going on right now is standard is just you either play against mono black or you play against something else. Is pretty much what it is. That's kind of how it feels. And by that I mean it's like half mono black or more, or it's a mono black shell that splashes white, red, blue, whatever. But everybody's playing decks that are mostly black. Even the Jund decks are like mostly black. It feels like, or they just use fade. So standard is kind of for me, for someone who plays mono black, I felt like everything was very like win loss, because there was a lot of mirror day, and some of you guys might have seen this on my Twitch stream. The first day, I was able to pull off the shouldered combo with Obnixilis. I pulled it off twice on stream, so that was legit. We actually got it the first game 1 of match 1 on stream. We actually pulled off the combo for lethal, so that was phenomenal. But I will say, after the first couple days of standard, it just seemed like all I played against was mono black, and it just, you know, it was like going okay at first, and then it just felt like everything was like 50% win rate, and I wasn't getting anywhere. So I did actually switch back to alchemy as of yesterday, but probably still gonna play standard. But my alchemy deck in mono black is 85% win rate right now, so I'm rocking out with that.
Yeah, I had basically the same experience. I was very hopeful the first couple of days. I was, thinking, okay, well, we have a lot of creature-based stuff. Basically, my theory was this: wow, there's a lot of good creature stuff. There's a lot of good, interesting opportunities here. We could see, a return to more mid-range. We could see a return to a lot of, kind of the triangle, the mid-range tempo, or mid-range tempo, aggro, control, maybe the diamond, kind of everything kind of balancing itself out. And kind of the opposite happened, I feel, because of the amount of good cards and good creatures. And I think maybe power level of this, I think this is a fairly, I don't want to say super powerful, but it has some pretty tricky cards in it that people turtled immediately. They shut down. So mono black, it is the absolute mono black takeover, which initially sounds like you're excited about, but I would be excited about, but it is really the same game over there. And I think your assessment about the 50% win rate is accurate. That's about all I'm pulling. Unless you're running hard meta and getting lucky, and really the only people that you're stepping over are the people not running meta. That's the only people you're climbing over.
That's true, yeah.
The odd people that are running a Selesnya, or they're trying to run a red burn, or even red burn does okay, but they're trying to run a mono white, or they're trying to run a they're trying to run I seen somebody trying to run a Gruul, and even with my deck, I just devoured him. So I mean, that's the only people you're getting the wins on. And then when you match up against the control guys, because I would say it's more of a mono black control, and more than mono black lately, I would say the mono black has probably shifted or is pushing to Esper. I see Esper probably 40% of the games, and I would say probably mono black 40%, and the other 20 is this or that. I see so much Esper. I immediately see a blue-white, a black-white, or a white-blue land go down. Yeah. I immediately know what it is. We're going to I see Rafine's, Rafine's tower drop, turn 1. Okay, I already know what's happening. Esper is in such a good position. Esper was already, coming from the back of the pack, really looking good with some Esper connive stuff. But Esper has just blown up, especially with Zur. With Zur blowing up.
Crazy.
And I've also seen the odd. Oh, sorry. Was that?
I was just gonna say that they have more, like with things like Blood on the Snow going out, and like Soul Shatter, Baleful Mastery, cards like that. They can run their planeswalkers too. It's harder to remove planeswalkers now. So Esper Planeswalkers is another archetype it was hard to deal with already, and now it's even harder to deal with.
If Super Friends is, I would have to say, is a very ascendant build just on that alone, because it is so hard to kill multiple planeswalkers. I think people are kind of getting onto that, because I've seen more and more heroic downfalls. And Corpse Explosion.
Downfall,
initially, people were going with cut down, or what's the one that? Cut down. So people were just going with cut down and being like, "Oh, cut down's going to be the new standard. Cut down's going to deal with all this aggro." But people dropped aggro like a hot potato, man. You know how long it's been since I played against a Boros deck?
Yeah, I didn't
Boros
really see it in standard.
man, that Boros meta deck, that went the way of the dodo, man. That thing went extinct immediately. And I said, wow, there's going to be some good support for that Boros deck because we're getting some soldier support. We're getting a knight who's going to support aggro on knights and Boros aggro. And that shit, they dropped that shit like the Woody Toy Story meme. I don't want to play with you anymore. They dropped that shit in the trash. I haven't not played against the Boros deck in a week, probably. I haven't seen one of them.
Feels like it.
I haven't touched the alchemy ladder. I'd like to, but if my viewers leave in the comments if you want to see an alchemy video or two, man, my alchemy videos do not do good, man. The and we really got to, people. That was a really good idea that I have to pat myself on the back. I think we really got to do an episode about alchemy wasn't killed. Alchemy didn't die; it was murdered.
Yeah.
About
I do like that.
About the specific murdering and not so much death of alchemy. I love it. I'd love to play it. I'd love to make regular content for it. But man, if it didn't tank my channel, it's a shame. People like, and every alchemy deck that I build, everyone that I build, I'll always say if you don't like, and all I'll have is maybe 4 copies of 2 cards, maybe, or 2 copies of 2 different cards, and I'll be like, if you don't like those, here's the even swaps, and people will like, no, absolutely not, and I'll be like, there's a standard version you can run.
Don't want to do it.
They're like, absolutely not. I won't even look at the video because it even has that word in the title.
It says alchemy.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Giving you an idea of the meta, just me looking at it today, mono black control is 1/3 of the meta of going from platinum to mythic according to Untapped. That's today. And that doesn't count all the splashes and all that,
Yeah.
The next closest is mono red at 9%, so it is vastly mono black. But even then, it has a 59% win rate, and just think about it, if you're at a 59% win rate, it's actually like, technically that win rate's not that good. It's gonna, like, you have to play a lot of games to get to mythic.
Yeah, that's
at that win rate, you know what I mean?
59% right now is a fucking rocket ship too. Like,
yeah,
I'm probably averaging like a 40%. Like last night, I didn't even get a video out because I lost everything that I put out. I tried mono white, I tried mono green Stompy, I threw up a Gruul. I put everything that I could through everything I could at the ladder and just got beat, man.
Yeah.
There just isn't... There's a specific set of problems presented right now in Standard, and if you are not playing against those problems, you're gonna get steamrolled. And that kind of sucks. I was hoping sometimes there's an explosion of creativity. Sometimes there's 1,000 voices, and it's kind of the scramble to figure it out. But people saw Sheldred this time and said nope. And listen, I can't blame them. Listen, I saw Sheldred and that was it.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people had the same idea, and I mean, I get it. It's a very powerful card. It just kind of comes down to like, there is. I mean, we're what, 5 days in now?
Yeah, we're really early. Surprisingly,
it's still early, so we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see how it all shakes out. But it does feel a little. It just feels very up in the air right now. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I think that people are going to get bored. I was very surprised at how quickly it got. At least last. Well, I think the problem was last rotation we hit with. Were you around for last rotation?
Yes.
So we hit with Innistrad, and there was so many different builds. There was Azoria spirits, Selesnya humans, Dimir zombies, Rakdos vampires,
I remember,
and Gruul werewolves. And they were basically like Lego builds. Like you just had to snap them together. Like they were so apparent. You know what I mean?
Dry.
Yeah, they were so cut and dry because it's Innistrad. Like you know what the factions are, so like you could immediately go in and be like, oh shit, okay, this is the werewolf deck, you know, and.
Oh, yeah, you would know as soon as they played their first creature, you knew what it was.
Yeah, but the thing was, there was maybe 5 or 6 decks that were really kind of gunning. They were all kind of gunning for the top spot. I don't think anyone really came out dominant. And I don't think there was really one mechanic that was like the killer mechanic. I've yet to see a killer mechanic in this set, to be fair. Enlist is, I mean, do you see one?
Yeah. I think Domain, like, people are starting to figure it out. But it does require you, in most cases, to run 5 colors.
Well, so, here's the trick with Domain is what I saw early from the previews is that if you just got to run the different Capenna lands and you're fine.
Oh, just run triomes, yeah.
Yeah, if you just run triomes because they could count as all 3. So like,
no, absolutely.
Even
I guess just.
Yeah, even like mono green decks, I just run anything. I run a couple triomes that have green in them, just to hit the domain requirements. Because even if I bring it down by 2, and I have a cycling, so I can swap the card out in case I land flood later on, which I'm going to do because it's me and I always flood. So, like, I feel like that domain issue got solved pretty quick. I don't know.
I could see that, yes. And I guess the big thing with it is when it comes to domain and all that stuff, I think the biggest thing is that, how do I say it? When you run those triomes, depending what kind of deck you're running, sometimes you get off to slow starts.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to play all your triomes. Yeah. That's the only thing about it, but yes, for the most part, it makes it pretty easy. I will say that.
Yeah. And, you know, amazingly, there's only 9 domain cards.
That is interesting. I didn't count.
Wait, no, there's more than that. I'm sorry. There's a lot more than 9 domain cards. There's only like how many is there? There's like no, there's more than that. There's 14, 21, there's 23 domain cards. There's really not that many.
Okay.
At least there's not that many I think that are that great. That are really worth it. Yeah, as far as cards with the domain keyword, yeah, there's 23. There's 23 total, and one of them is colorless. Right. So, and most of the domain cards are green.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, there's 2 white, there's 2 blue, there's 2 black, there's 2 red, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mono green, and 4 splash green.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe green domain is going to be ascendant. I don't know. Herd migration there was a lot of people talking about herd migration early on, especially in the preview, and I just haven't. I don't think I've seen the color green be played against me, and I don't even know how long.
I think I saw a couple people using it, but it seemed like a lot of time they used it for the channel ability just to get a land and gain 3 life.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like they used it for that more than the actually casting it.
Yeah.
So, I think it kind of all varies for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Domain seems okay. I think Enlist is just kind of not good. Just the whole thing that it can't have summoning sickness for it to work. I think that just is a deal breaker for most people.
You know, and that's exactly what I thought. I said if it says as long as it's on the board, as long as it's not tapped.
Yeah.
If you could enlist cards that just dropped, man, that's like a way of sneaking haste in. I said that's a pretty good ability. But the fact that it has to, why not just attack with it? Like, you have to tap it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You have to
Exactly.
tap it. I guess if you don't want it to die in combat, the idea was supposed to imitate banding, I guess is what Mark Rosewater said, and his thing was like on the storm scale. Do you know about the storm scale?
I don't think so.
The storm scale is how likely mechanical keyword is ever going to return to magic, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being storm and like 1 being flying, like so 1 is like a guarantee and like 10 is going to be never. Banding is an 11. So
oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
banding
so
is like an original ability that is really confusing and isn't very good or whatever, but I actually have a Banalish hero in my collection from like beta, but that has banding. It's a 1/1 creature with banding, but and so they wanted to imitate something with banding to do kind of the original Dominaria thing, and I guess they kind of did. They kind of
kind of.
But it's not very good. The only one that I used that I thought was decent. Maybe there are more with domain. No, there's no. The only one that I used was the enlist one that I used is the soldier, and she lets you scry 2 when you enlist, and
That's not bad.
the ability to have an effect when you enlist is useful, and that's about the only.
If you can get profit from enlisting outside of the buff to the creature, that sounds decent.
Yeah, so there was like a secondary, and I think that's the only. If they brought it back, which I highly doubt they're going to do because I don't think it was well received, but if they were like, when this creature enlists, it gains trample, or when this creature enlists, it gains flying, like that's a more useful. That's a more useful like ability.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and also you only get to add the power. You don't get to add the toughness.
Yeah, which that kind of just makes me feel like it's better in draft or something like that. But even people who are drafting are saying that's not good. So it's kind of, I don't know. They might have missed there, but I think it's a good set overall. But I think some of the, I don't think that you praise the set for the mechanics. I think you praise it for the creatures and planeswalkers, the actual cards themselves that it brought us. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. Read ahead. That's useful.
Okay, yeah, read ahead. Okay, for sagas.
Yeah. Nobody can say read ahead on a saga is bad in any way, because you still get to just do it as the regular saga. So even if you don't like it, you just play it and don't read ahead. You know what I mean? It lets you do extra stuff. It forces you to think, which is important. It forces you to like know what you need, and then I think that also helps you like devise your game plan better. So it makes the sagas as versatile as they can possibly be, you know. So in my opinion, I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I haven't played with sagas yet, and I was thinking of doing a saga deck with that saga, the Kamigawa saga person that like did enhanced saga stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy. You know, Wizards has been dropping so many different mechanics and card types. I'm so happy that they've committed to the saga type. Like, we had sagas in Kaldheim, we had sagas in Kamigawa, we're having sagas now. I really like it. I like that progressive style of kind of affecting the game world as it goes. I'm old enough to remember when cards were printed and they said Enchant World on them. That used to be actually printed on the card. It said Enchant World, and it was a global effect. It said anytime anybody does this happens. And that it kind of reminds me of those because they're kind of just ongoing sagas, so to speak, if I can use that term.
True.
So I really am happy that they've embraced those wholeheartedly. There were so many mechanics that I feel like they dropped by the wayside that I really liked. I actually liked, that was me and one other guy liked dungeon delving. And personally,
you liked it? Okay.
I liked party mechanic. I think party mechanic is such a clever idea because it forces you to build outside of regular tribals. And I was really eager for more party mechanics to come out. and for them to expand the whole idea of party. The fact that it was like wizard, fighter, cleric, rogue, that you get like bonuses the more diverse your kind of tribe is. But anyways, they abandoned a lot of those fun ones, and I'm really happy that they kept Saga. So read ahead is absolutely useful, and that was one of the things that I wondered about, because a lot of the abilities of the of some of these sagas were like, I was like, why would you want that? You and target opponent each draw cards, So it's like, well, just jump over it, So
exactly. If one's not useful to you right now, or you need the third thing or the second thing, you just go right to it. Because I don't know if you've ever like casted a saga, and you're like, man, I really need that third stage of the saga, but like I can't wait 2 turns. You know what I mean? I know that's happened with me before personally.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, so it does feel a little bit better that you have the versatility. It's unfortunate that not all of them have read ahead, but I mean, it's okay. But yeah, like you were saying, I do like how they kept it going with Saga enchantments. I like that it feels like we get some Saga enchantments in every set now. I think that's convenient. So I like that. I like the stake in the game that it's taken. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that it's come along at a time in Magic's history that we're revisiting so many planes, and we're revisiting so many stories. We're getting to the 30-year anniversary next year.
That's true.
That's a long time to be running a game world. So sagas just kind of make, they just kind of make sense. Like, we've got to kind of acknowledge, like, Urza assembles the Titans. I remember when that happened. I was a little kid when that happened. It was 20 years ago, It feels like a saga for me. I was 12 when, all the planeswalkers put on power armor and went to war with Phyrexia. It was, so to remember that in a card, I think that they're very cool callbacks. You can even see that there's like the Mercadian mask symbol in there, and there's like a lot of callbacks in the artwork and stuff like that. And so I am really happy with that. And I'm glad that each color got 2 of them.
Yeah. I think that it's just a good thing to keep going for sure. So I guess going off of Comeback Scumbag's recommendation, we have decks that we made centered around the first mythic that we opened.
Yes.
Okay, so you've already mentioned that yours is not favorable.
No, it's Solkanar the Tainted. Not my first choice.
What'd you build around it?
So, all right, let me jump to let me jump to my screen here. So sure. I built a I call it, because he's a plant, he's an elemental demon, he looks like a giant evil plant. I call it Wizard Weed. I call it that terrible Wizard Weed over the Wizard Weed meme. I don't know if you've ever seen that Wizard Weed meme. It's a Grixis, because you haven't seen the Wizard Weed. It's where the guy goes, I promise tonight, I swear I'm not going to draw that, I'm not going to smoke that terrible Wizard Weed. And then it says 10 minutes later, it shows 10 minutes later, it's like a giant skeleton monster, like playing a hurdy-gurdy with like birds. It's like a nightmare. It's like, dude,
I'll have to look into that. That's funny.
Yeah, just look up you got to spell Wizard Weed with V's. That's the trick.
Okay.
So it's a Grixis Wizard aggro, and like I said, it's a Grixis deck, and it's much better without him. To summary go over it. It is a 1.9 CMC. It is very quick. Nice. It could end the game if I hit the right line. Because of like stuff like Gitu Amplifier, Electrostatic Infantry, and these really, really fast wizards, red wizards, and Twinferno, which I counted as one of my favorite cards coming out of the new set.
Yes.
Where you could get double strike or double cast some spells. You can, an undefended person who's waiting for kind of a mid-range where they're trying to control you, for mid range, and they're going to say, okay, well, you can get a few couple hits in because I know I'm going to gain back. If I'm set up by turn 3 or 4, I can swing in for 12 points of damage or 13, 15 points of damage on a double striker. Okay. And then I can finish you off with just kind of the back end of some spells. So I have Delver of Secrets, Rona's Vortex, Cut Down, Play with Fire, Electrostatic, that's a new one, Gitu Amplifier, Twinferno, Vohar, Voldalian Desecrator. That is one that I'm very interested in because that's a gain and drain merfolk wizard. She is a Phyrexian merfolk.
That's cool.
And that's really cool. And if you discard instants or sorceries, each opponent loses 1 life and gains a life. Then you can sacrifice her and cast instant sorceries from your graveyard. So she has kind of a cool effect for Grixis. Balmor, Battle Mage Captain. I think everyone saw the Bird Wizard and said whenever you cast, he's basically a prowess build here, Balmor. So he gives everybody, whenever you cast in a sorcery, everybody gets +1 and gains trample. And then for a little bit of roguishness, we have Cormella, Glamorous Thief, who lets you
she's good.
Yeah, she lets you add any kind of Grixis mana you want to cast instants or sorceries. And then when she dies, you can return spells to your hand. And then, of course, we're going to finish it off with Solkanar, and I'm going to explain my card here, my terrible, terrible card. 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, and 2. And at the beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. So basically, he's a 5/5 elemental demon. You can draw a card. Each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Very nice. Solkanar the Tainted deals 2 damage to either one target creature or planeswalker. And then, of course, his 4th ability, which is fantastic. I'm really glad they put this on here. You exile him, then return him to the battlefield under an opponent's control. So, if you're not done, if he's not dead by turn 5, he's going to your opponent. By turn 4. By the end step of turn 4, he's going to your opponent. And then they get to do the same. Turn 4 of him being out, he's going to your opponent. He's going to be exiled, and he's going to return, and then they get to choose all those things. So they're going to get a 5/5 elemental demon with a bunch of turn-based bonuses for free if you don't do something with him. Now, originally, I had some sacrifice outlets for him. At this point, this deck either has to move or die. I basically said, well, if I'm alive by turn 9 after I've played this guy, we might as well just call it a day because I'm not recovering. This is a 1.9 CMC. If we're still going turn 12, if we're still running that long into the game, we're done anyways. We have a few Xander's Lounges. Luckily, we got some great Grixis support in Sulphurous Springs and Shivan Reef. And so that is my Grixis Vizardveed, because he is a plant and there's wizards in it, so it's Vizardveed. That is my nonsensical wizard deck. And lucky Numbskull over here got his own. He got a Phyrexian deck. He got his Phyrexian completed. He's going to show that out to us, and then we're going to fight them against each other. Numbskull, I don't even think you're on my friends list. Are you on my friends list?
I don't know if we've ever directly challenged one another or any of that. We've played each other like twice on ladder, and I think that's about
send me your whatchamacallit over Discord while you explain. So we're gonna jump to yours. I'm gonna enhance your whatchamacallit, your screen, and fill it up, and you can if you want to jump to your screen, you can show. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So I'll just show you the arena screen here because I didn't put it on AetherHub yet.
Sure,
but
yeah, just show the arena. So that's all I did for mine.
Okay, basically what we have, Rakisaki. It is just Rakdos creature sacrifice.
It's still the camera.
I think you have to do on your screen. I think you got to do join stream.
Okay. Let me draw
on
that.
Discord.
Let me do that then.
I wanted to get away from the whole like Anvil sacrifice because you guys are probably going to see plenty of lists with Anvil in it. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I saw Hamhawks make a version of this, and I was like, wow, this is like kind of perfect, and I just made my own basically. So Mine's fairly different, and but it is centered around creature sacrifice. We can sacrifice other things with braids, but mostly, Cult Conscript, we're okay to sacrifice that. You can bring him back. He's a 2/1, so he gets in for damage pretty well. We do have Eaten Alive. That's just going to be, us sacrificing and then, getting rid of whatever we need to, be it a creature or planeswalker. We have Voldaren Epicure. That's going to get you two things. Going to get you an artifact and a creature, which is working well with braids. We do have 3 Infernals just for straight up removal. I also use Mukotai Soul Ripper.
Very good card.
Mukotai Soul Rippers, yeah, it's a fun one. You can give him menace and give him counters. So he could be, turn 3, he can be a 5/4 menace creature that you crewed for 2. Maybe you just use your Voldaren Bloodcaster that, you know what I mean, you cast it on turn 4 or whatever to crew him. And then you sack your Epicure or your Conscript. Bloodcaster gives you a blood token. Maybe Weatherlight's out also, who knows. And this gets a thing. And then Mukotai gets buffed, and they likely can't block, especially if you're on the play. So you can get out to a relatively aggressive start this way. But yeah, we have the Voldaren Bloodcaster. She can flip, and then she can turn our blood tokens into flying bats. So that's super helpful in my opinion. Just makes things even easier for us. Then we do have the Weatherlight completed, that was my first mythic that I opened in all of my packs. So
Lucky bastard.
I am quite lucky for this. I'm a fortunate individual. So it's gonna be a 5/5 flyer. It's gonna be 2 mana. We do have to have 4 things die, but that's okay because we want shit to die, so that works. It is a Phyrexian. We get to scry every time something dies, so we're getting just all kinds of triggers off of sacrifice. If you have like 4 or 5 triggers going off every time something gets sacrificed in this deck, you're doing it right. I'll say that. So eventually becomes a creature, then you just draw cards when things die, which is great. That'll be our form of card advantage. Then we do have Meat Hook for, we have 3 of those just to blow up the board. I don't care if we blow up our own board. I did it for lethal in a game earlier. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. We do have Braids. That's going to just be, other card advantage, just residual sacrificing stuff. Some people say you could use Ob Nixilis in this deck. I opted for Fable because you are actually sacrificing things every turn when Fable's online. You're making tokens, creature tokens, and treasure tokens. That's additional creatures to sack to Braids because they sack on the end step. The Braids trigger, you can order it to go off first or to resolve first before you sack the token with Fable. Equally, you're getting those treasure tokens. You can sack the treasure tokens with Braids if you don't need them. I do also have, this is kind of like the fun, spicy card, Lagamo's Hand of Hatred. We get a 2/1 red elemental at the beginning of combat. He's a 1/3 for 3 to begin with. So he kind of like evens himself out in terms of like value with that. It gets haste. We sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step, and guess what? Braids ability resolves before that gets sacrificed, so you can sack that to Braids. And then the way I saw it explained, the tap ability appears to be more of a commander ability, if you will. But I guess it could happen. It's just probably unlikely that 5 things die and he's the one that survives out of everything. But if that happens, you get to tutor just by tapping him, which I think is great. As a 1/3, I don't see you attacking much with him to begin with, so probably going to stay back, let everybody else do everything. And then, maybe a lot of things died in combat, and then you just get to tutor and find whatever you want. It's possible. Notably, it doesn't say activated only as a sorcery. So, during your end step, theoretically, I guess you could full control, let all your sacrifice outlets go off, all your triggers go off, and see if you got to 5, and then you can tap him, and you should be able to instant speed do this, or even do it on your opponent's turn. So that's also noteworthy. Enrico Donathi, so we know about her. She's pretty dope. She's pretty hot. 1/3 comes in. She has 3 modes that you get to choose. You can flip her immediately. You can sacrifice a creature. There's a sacrifice outlet. You can draw a card. There's card advantage. You can flip her 3/4 flying, death touch, lifelink. She can close out a game. She can get rid of a pesky creature that you haven't been able to get rid of with death touch and gain you life out of it. It's just kind of like a little bit of top end for the deck. We just have 2 of her. Ideally, we don't even need her, but she's there if we do. So, 4 Sulphur Springs, 4 Ridges, Ashok Kenzan, 4 Mountains, a Takanuma, 7 Swamps. We do have 2 Hostels. And it's another sack outlet. That becomes a creature if we sacrifice enough stuff, which is pretty crazy. And you can make it phase out just in case. So it's like board wipe proof after all that as well. It's pretty legit. I don't know how many times you would actually get it to flip, but just having that additional sack outlet, if you have no other way to do it, sometimes that can win you the game. So just the fact that it's a land and it can do it, I think it's helpful. But yeah. That being said, Jay, should we give it a go? You still there?
Oh, okay. I turned off my microphone so you could not be interrupted by me coughing and and making horrible sounds in it, and blowing my nose. And I sent you the Wizard Veed meme, by the way.
I saw that. I was like, "What is he sending me right now?" I thought my video. I thought my video cut out or something. But yeah, I can send you a quick standard challenge here.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. How do I want to do this? So, show yours. Who should we be showing in the chat? Who should we be showing on the screen? That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. All right. Well, I'll jump back and forth.
Yeah, that's fine. Or you could record. I know sometimes they do one where they record both. Then they crop the video of what's in the other person's hand.
Yeah.
And they put it over the hand on the other.
I'll do you on one screen, and I'll jump back and forth in between what both of us are doing. Okay. Which will be confusing, but maybe people will like it. I don't know. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll like it.
As long as you record both, I guess that's what matters most.
Yeah.
Because then you can just do whatever you want.
Well, I don't think I can have both recording at the same. I don't think I have that set up on OBS to do that. But.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can record.
Either way, I'm recording you some of the time. If you want to record yours, I don't want to make it too jarring. Yeah, I don't want it to make it be like these people are on the Wizard feed. You know what I mean? All right. I just challenged you. Except, obviously, you're Mr. Best of 3. I think if we don't do Best of 3, you're gonna fucking annihilate me in 2 seconds. So,
it's okay. Yeah, no, I still play some Best of 1 every now and then.
All right. So make it Best of 3. I'm gonna pick my Wizard feed, and we're gonna pick play. All right. Yeah, we're getting into it. Oh, and my background is Weatherlight completed, so that's not a good sign.
That's hilarious.
Okay, my opponent is Numbskull. Oh, you're using this vampire.
Mm-hmm. Astarion, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I started recording the audio for it.
Okay.
Or video.
Let's take a look at your hand. I'm not looking at your hand, by the way. The OBS is jumping back and forth. I actually have the preview off, so I can't see what the screen is. Actually, I'm cheating terribly, is what I'm doing. Don't worry, I'll still lose. So don't worry about that. So let me jump to you when it's your turn.
Throw a conscript out here.
Throw a conscript, okay. Decline. Shivan Reef. Okay, Gitu Amplifier. Auto pay. Give me that sweet damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, there it is, right away. Okay.
It's convenient that it comes out on turn
Reveal.
2, I guess, huh?
Pop. I did get that off though, so.
Oh shit. Okay.
So we are gonna do this.
I'm gonna take some damage this turn.
Yes, you are.
Oh boy. Oh my.
Told you, if I go off, I go off now.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a.
It's hyper aggro.
Yeah, it's almost like Is It Burn with like
Some black top end, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, how are we doing this? You have 2 cards left, huh?
Braids Arisen Nightmare.
We're gonna decline that.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that.
Nice. Okay.
Bango.
Cool. So let's do.
You'll notice that I'm missing something from
this.
my side of the board.
What, lands?
Yeah. A specific type, if you remember the colors that I was using.
Oh, black sources?
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Such is the nature of running 3-color decks, I guess.
Well, such is the nature of pulling a card that's 3 colors on your first goddamn pull. Damn you, comeback scumbag. Damn you, comeback scumbag, and your brilliant ideas.
That doesn't trigger the way that I want it to. So let's... Can't do this. No. Okay. So we'll just wait.
And, oh, look. Look at this. It's a blue.
Mm.
No attacks.
Okay.
I have the screen set right now. It's recording my screen, so everyone can see what's in my hand, and they're probably all laughing at me. They're all laughing at me right now. You're down on life, though, man. If I get through, though...
I know.
If I get through, though,
man.
but that's not going to happen. That's the trick, is I would need to draw cards for that to happen. Ooh, yeah, I'll absolutely take care of a Shivan Reef. Yeah, no problem. I don't care. Choose attackers, double attack. There you go.
Interesting. All right, let's see if my weather light's going to go off here. Okay. So, yes, is the answer. Okay.
Not quite. 5, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's not going to become a
it's going to get bonuses,
yet, no.
but it's going to get some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's really what I needed here. Let's do this. Then we might as well start doing this, actually. Using the deck appropriately.
Now we're
that.
talking about... Now we're cooking with portals here.
I'm going to swing, and it's probably dangerous, but I'm doing it.
Oh, not when you're dealing with me, it's not. You would think that I'd have some brutal haster, but nope. You can see what's going on with my mana over
Another
here.
amplifier, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we can discard this and this. Okay, we can do this. We'll just wait.
Now that was a little dangerous, unless you're going to kill that. Here's a Xander.
Danger's my middle name. Oh, okay, there we go. Now let's see what happens.
You got an instant removal? Yep.
Down to 4, though. So
Down to 4.
2 play with fires and I'm dead.
Well, yeah, I would have to draw good. Oof. Alright. I did more damage than I thought I would. Here's electrostatic.
I mean, yeah, you're very close. Okay. Oh, that guy's really good.
No, I don't have any more. I didn't draw any instants. So you're gonna fly over the top. You're over the top on that one.
Oh, man.
No more instants.
That was close.
I had
close.
I had 2 cards that were my splash black cards in my hand. And they did not. They did not go. Yeah, they did not go off.
I'm always so nervous to run 3 colors anymore.
I am too. I mean,
there's a. I mean, this is gonna come out tomorrow, but there's a Dom United pack for 10% off in store.
Oh yeah. Well, that's for anybody watching it right now, which is us. So okay, all right. Next one. Let's see if I can keep in it. Next one.
Let's do it.
Are you challenging me? Or where are you?
My bad. Let me send you the challenge.
Okay.
I didn't even know
it won't even let me.
But I'm down.
Well, we're gonna do best of 3. If I win this one,
I see. We'll do a best of 3 in like with best of 1 decks.
Okay, with best of 1 decks. Yeah. We're just gonna do a best of 3. And so if I win this, I'm still in it. And if I completely F it up and lose miserably, I don't know. I did better than I thought I was gonna do. So we'll see.
It was good. You should have a challenge now.
Okay. I'm not busy. I'm online. I don't see it.
I'll send it again.
Canceled. Okay. No, still don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Here we go.
Accept. Vizard V. All right. Here we go.
Vizard V and Rakisaki.
Vizard V and Rakisaki, yeah. Oddly enough, only 3 colors represented. No white and no green. So that's pretty on the... Oh, actually, I have a good opener. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, mine's pretty good. Got a nice little sample hand here.
Okay. Conscript. Well, you always... Was he just come pre-stocked in every hand? Let's do that. We'll go in.
Okay.
2. Okay, yeah, he was pre-stocked too all the time in the reveal. Okay.
Ooh, cut down's good.
All right, electrostatic. Swingo bingo, pop.
Man, it looks good now.
Yeah, well, I hit a good draw on this one.
Actually, let's do it.
Mirror breaker, gotcha.
Probably the best turn 3 you can have if you run red. Nice. Alright, get the scry. That might come in handy.
Full Darren, okay, let's put that down. Alright, let's do...
Another one. Wow, man.
Let's put the damage up.
That's cool. I like that.
I told you I can put out damage if I get the right.
Yeah.
I can put the pain out if I can get the pain out, but we got to draw it right.
I definitely like.
So that. I said, honestly, I don't even think it's worth splashing black, but I gotta have to for my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna work. So what can I do here? I can.
You got to burn down the house. No, you don't have to burn down the house.
Nah,
you wouldn't even be able to play it.
I don't have any. I stop at 4 in this deck, so I can gain a life and hope that you don't buff him. Basically. 2 more times.
Let's do this.
Okay. Ooh, do you have a 1 mana spell? And you have a cut down, so that wouldn't work. Okay.
But I do have some direct burns though. And that's
Yeah,
why-
I do remember the play with fire. I don't have a way out of this one. There you go.
All right,
That was
now
good.
for all the marbles.
That
Yeah,
was good.
I tell you, if I can stack the good hit, if like I said, if someone's building boost, and I can stack the good hit in there and get 14 damage off on a blow, I leave people
Yeah.
in a bad position because I can flurry blast a million spells out and then leave them kind of like, whoa. All right, last one.
That card's good for a few reasons too, because everybody thinks that they're supposed to remove Delver. So he kind of like flies under the radar,
Yeah,
dodging the removal in a way.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, I have to deal with Delver right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Delver. Yeah, well, I hit the other thing is I hit the Delver immediately. The Delver activated and I think he put 6
That's
damage on me
true.
right away.
That was really good pressure.
Yeah, that'll always. And now I have a decent opener. I'm gonna say it's bad. I'm gonna say it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I've been on. You gave me the play every single time. You know that. You should.
I think it just auto chooses it. I should have switched it though. You're right. How do I want to do this? We can go. Let's do this.
No, I'll take the 1 damage, dude. Come on. Decline.
Good mana right away for you.
Yeah, that helps. Oh my goodness! Was he in your starting hand every time?
He was.
I'm just gonna take the damage. I don't need you building boost on.
I was gonna say I wanted them death triggers.
I know. It's 1 damage is. I'm smart enough to know that 1 damage is not worth the.
Nice. Okay, we're both getting nice boards here. Okay.
Oh no, that's the last. Yeah, I didn't need you to get a sacrifice outlet. Well, if you're gonna hit sacrifice outlets, might as well not take the damage.
That sounds nice.
Decline. So let's do Glamorous Thief.
Ooh, there she is. Okay.
No.
Oh, she has
attacks.
haste too. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's fairly solid in this deck. More than Sulkanar, I think we should have her. Like, she's the better choice.
Mm-hmm. I like that. All right, we're just gonna do full daring here.
I'm not. For 1 damage, I'll trade the 1 damage to get him 1 less too. Otherwise, you're gonna give him 1 less and sacrifice somebody, and then be at full 4. Decline 2. Go in. Sacrifice. You're gonna have the bats transformed. Ooh wee. The problem is I'm not drawing any instants or sorceries. I haven't gotten a single one of them yet.
That's rough.
Decline.
Okay. Okay, he's pretty good.
I haven't drawn a
I need to just clear out that. I need to clear out that flyer, then I can just start going over the top here.
I can't. I'm not getting any. My line would be fucking brutal if I could get an instant or a sorcery. But
Yeah.
so far, I've been through 11 cards and I haven't seen one of them. And I think half of my deck is instants and sorceries. So,
Jeez. Okay.
oh, there she is.
How do we
America.
want to do this? Miss America. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, damn it.
Don't need that. Oh, Weatherlight's online. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah, I've been
Now we're
waiting for
cooking
that.
with propane. Now we're cooking. Okay. Well, I might be getting greedy here, but doing it. Am I sacrificing? Sure. Why not? Yeah, that's fine.
Uh, 5. And oh, and I lost the connection, of course. Whoop, I dropped real quick.
Good game.
Yep. I dropped real quick at the end there, but yeah, you had me on that one. Absolutely was fucking on top of me on that one. No fucking, and that's the thing. This thing has to draw right, and I think that probably the biggest modification that I have to do for it is, again, basically draw the, basically take out the what is that thing called?
That guy. The guy.
Take out the guy and add in some card draw and some others. Yeah. And I actually
think you could do something like Cathartic Pyre.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, even
like filter.
Yeah, or even just big score.
Big score's not bad. Yeah.
I mean, just something
Pyre's
to get
cool because you can deal damage to a creature in addition, so it's modal. You know.
Yeah. So, but either way, good, not bad. I mean, obviously, I think
that was fun, man.
I think I expected Weatherlight to kind of push it. Rakdos Weatherlights is fairly solid banger right there, but I was surprised at my performance.
Yeah.
And I think that proof of concept against mid range is the amount of speed that I can put down. I can eat a mid range for lunch if necessary. So.
Yes, well, and I mean, you know, my AMC on that deck is 2.1, so I do get things on the board quickly. But if you go up against a deck that isn't playing to the board, you're gonna just run it.
Oh yeah, well I'm 1.9. That's the thing. Like, and my biggest guy is that demon. If I cut the demon out and just added more instance, it'd be even lower. Yeah, I'd be like a 1.8. Like I'd be fucking lightning ka-chow, lightning McQueen style on that. You know. So I don't know. I'm not too disappointed in it. But thanks to
I'm satisfied with both of them.
I'll have to say thanks to Solkanar for inspiring the deck.
That's true. Yeah.
So he gave some inspiration to help me build this. Maybe he won't be in the final version, but at least he was helped a little bit along the way. He's gonna tip his cap and head off and say, you know, you're welcome, kid, and you know, and then head off to wherever it is Solkanars go. Would you believe that I opened 4 Solkanars and 0 Sheldrids? I had to spend all wilds on Sheldrids.
That's insane. Yeah. I think I got like 1 or 2 out of like 150 packs, 160 maybe. What was I gonna say? Also, thank you to Comeback Scumbag for the
suggestion. Big Comeback Scumbag for the suggestion. Yeah.
Solkanar was not the hero you wanted, but maybe the hero you needed.
Yeah, perhaps. You know, a watchful protector, as they say.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish we had like I wish we had some Black Council merch we could have sent Comeback Scumbag like a sticker or something.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, we'll have to work on getting stickers made or something like that.
Work on some stuff like that. We got to grow, guys. So if you can get it out there, share it with your friends. Let us grow. Leave a comment, leave a like, take a subscribe, whatever you want to do, or else the completed like and subscribe will get you. And I think we're
Yeah,
gonna leave it there.
and if you yeah, and like we always say, if you do go to the Patreon support, that just helps us. Even if you do the dollar a month, we're looking for volume on that. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the more people we get, the
yeah.
sooner we can get you guys merch, and we can start doing fun stuff like
yeah.
that. And,
It's we both work regular jobs. We both work regular jobs 5 days a week, so we're trying to do this content on the side and just kind of basically put the money we're into it to kind of build it. You know, build up some support for, like you said, from merch, and to maybe build another channel out of it, and you know, do a lot of stuff with it and have fun and grow it from here, because we really wanted to get and have a lot of community involvement as well. So that's another big goal. I do want a lot of community involvement going in, and creators, and we want you on the show. Maybe we'll have somebody on, a special guest next time. I don't know. If you want a special guest,
we'll have to look into it.
We'll have to ask. I know you probably know more streamers. I know more YouTubers. But with our powers combined,
we'll find someone good.
We'll find somebody. So we'll leave it there, folks. Until next time. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. And of course, as with me as always,
it's me. Peace out, guys.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye, everyone.